So Andy O'Neill sent me a Garrett Apex to review. If you don't know who Andy O'Neill is, he's a metal detector dealer. His site is wedigmetaldetectors.net. I've been talking to him a lot on Facebook. He's a great guy, always gets right back to you, and he's got awesome prices. So before you buy anything, shoot him a message and just see if he can beat the price, because I'm sure he can. So he sent me an Apex to review. I'm doing some comparisons and depth tests along the lines of that $400 range with the Vanquish 540 that I have. So I've done some depth and recovery tests. Today I'm going to focus on mainly recovery, speed tests, and separation. Everyone, thank you for watching. I will touch base with you at the end and give you my thoughts. Thanks. Alright, so I'm out with the Vanquish and the Apex. We got the Apex here. We're in jewelry mode. We're going to go through every mode, but let's ground balance it. It's clean right here. Alright, we're trying to hit this target under this paper. And we're trying to see what it is. What do you guys think it is? So we got nothing but iron there. Let's go to menu. Sensitivity is maxed out. Iron volumes are 3, frequencies are multi-frequency, and channels are 6. Okay? So we got the iron audio on. Let's turn it off. So we got nothing there. Let's go to coins. Nothing. Iron audio. Alright. Let's go to US coins with iron audio. Let's turn the iron audio off. Nothing. Let's go to jewelry. Nothing. Iron audio. Let's go to relics. Oh, we got something. Let's take iron audio off. Alright, 27. It's trying to hit it. 29. Let's go to custom. Let's go to 0. Here we go. Let's take the iron audio off. Oh, that was with it off. Iron audio on. That's letting everything through in 0, so that's not going to tell us much. Let's go back to, let's go to custom where we have some of it notched out. We'll go iron audio. So we got a signal right there. 30. In jewelry mode. Nothing. Iron audio off. Nothing. Let's try, let's go over and try, let's try multi-salt. Oh, let's ground balance. We change the frequency. That's going to ground balance really low. Nothing there. Iron audio. Alright, let's go to, let's try frequency, let's try 20. Let's try 15. Try ground balancing again. It's staying around that 93, 94 mark for ground balance. Alright, so whatever is under here, we can't hit in coin or in jewelry, but we can hit in a custom where I just notched out, I just have the bottom few notched out, okay? So it looks like 30, well, 25 and up I have in, and that's our best chance of hitting this target. And it's all over the place. Alright, let's put this guy down. In the Vanquish 540. I have the 10-inch coil on the Vanquish 540. I swapped it out so they're comparable. Okay, so the Apex is an inch longer, this is an inch wider. So, Vanquish we just have, let's start out in coin mode. See if the light helps us at all. Not really. Coin mode, okay. 14, 15. what's under this? Let's go over to relic mode. This is our slow mode. Let's go over to jewelry mode. Okay, let's go over to custom, which custom I have just the first 2 notched out, and then everything else I accept in. I have the iron volume really high, but usually when I'm hunting I just keep it pretty low and in this mode. And that's pretty quick, go slow. Okay, so we're hitting it in every direction with the Vanquish, every mode I mean. And there is no ground balance on here. Alright, let's get the apex back over. I've been doing some depth tests and stuff like that too. But I thought this one was pretty interesting. And I only have this target for tonight. Tomorrow morning, this target is leaving until tomorrow night again. There's a hint. So, sensitivity's maxed out, iron volume, frequency. Let's go back to multi-frequency. Ground balance at 93, 94. Okay. That's our custom. So if you're hunting for this type of target, we're at 30, 11, 28. Okay? If you're hunting for this type of target, you want to be in a custom mode because this machine down averages targets a lot when they're next to iron. So let's go back over to coin really quick. Nothing. That's with the iron audio on. Nothing. US coins. Nothing. Iron audio. Okay. Jewelry. Up high. Close to it. Alright. Relics. You're starting to get a peep because this scale is accepting more in. And then custom, which I have accepting a little more than jewelry. And that's what we got there. 30, 27, 17. That right there is a gold ring with 2 colonial pieces of iron separated more than 3 fingers apart. And that's a pretty good size ring too. Okay. Can't do any tests tomorrow morning with that because Stacy will be at work and she needs that on her finger. And I can't bury it to test either. Alright, so here's a couple others. Dig them out of my pocket. So here's a nickel. Okay, same thing. Well, this is a mid-conductor. It's going to give the same results, but I'll show you. So there's a nickel, and then we'll go with a dime. So we got it in that custom mode. Go over to coin, and that is far apart. Now if I put some hardware store nails down there, go to Home Depot and put some nails, sure. But you don't dig Home Depot nails out of the ground. You dig rusty pieces of iron like this. You dig rusty, colonial, 100-year-old nails. That's coin. US coin. That's with the iron audio. And iron audio off. Nothing. Okay. Jewelry. Jewelry might hit the nickel. Nope. Let's put the iron audio on. Now, if you are hunting with the Apex, you want to be in 0 mode or notch out as little as possible. These other modes with the amount that this down averages, and I'll show you what I mean. We'll go to jewelry. Because all these modes are the same. They don't have any different recovery speed. They're just notches, okay? So let me take out the iron and I'll show you what I mean. So there's no iron now. This is just a nickel. 52. Nice and crisp, not going anywhere. Okay, we'll put the iron back in. So we got nothing. Well, it's seeing it, but it's seeing it in the 30s. And that's not going to accept in jewelry mode. So let's go over to custom. Custom. All right. And because it's notching in those levels, it's going to hear it. So that's a dime. Bringing a dime down to 30s. Nickel. Let's put a dime in there. Let's try coins mode. No, let's spread these out a little more. All right, so we'll spread out the nails even more. There's the nickel. So that's bringing that dime down again. If you can see the numbers, 20s. So this ring here in between two pieces of iron, two nails. All right, we'll go over with both of them. So the apex first, and I can definitely, same thing, I can keep ground balance in this thing. All right. So it's better there with the nails like that. All right, we'll take the iron already off, and we got it. Okay. And if we were hunting in, coin mode, you're never going to hear that. You're never going to hear that. So stick with no when you're in iron sights. Hell, I wouldn't hunt with this in coin mode. I would stick with at least jewelry mode or a custom, because this isn't down the barrel here. This is the type of iron you dig right there with a ring sitting in between. It's not on top of it, anything like that. This is an easy test because in the field, they're going to be on different planes. Okay, so if it's not hitting this, then you're going to be in trouble. So the way to hunt this around iron is definitely a custom mode where you're accepting more in, at least 25. I'm doing 25 and up, at least 25 and up. And then you got a chance at this. Let's see if we're realistic hunting. Like something's breaking through, Giving it a 37 on the VDI, bringing it way down. And then with the Vanquish locks on. It does pretty well locking on. I got the iron audio up, so you'd be able to hear the iron. That's 11-12. That's not the iron tone. Okay, get rid of that. And that's 8-9. So the Vanquish is up averaging a little bit. Okay, let's put these like dead on it, and it just pulls it through. And that's in custom. We can go coin because it's keeping the same ID. 11-12. This is relic. This is its slow mode but deeper mode. You can tell the tones are a little longer. It's still pulling that through. Jewelry mode. And then my custom that I just use. On this, each mode has a different recovery speed. Coin is the fastest, relic is the slowest but deeper, and then jewelry is a nice mix of both. And that's hitting that. So let me show you a quarter. Well, first I'll go to a nickel and we'll show another mid conductor. So nickel is the same type of scenario here, but you'd want the apex if you're searching for coins. You'd want to be able to put it in coin mode. That's given a nickel VDI in between the iron. Go slow, you're going to hear that every time. Fast. Okay. And this is at high iron bias. This has 2 iron bias settings. That's at high iron bias. And the apex, let's go to a nickel. Same, we haven't changed anything. We're in the custom mode. I never turned it off. Okay, so we got it in custom. You're getting it. And this is with iron audio volume, iron volume at 2, so it's pretty low. Alright, but you start going into regular coins accepts more than US coins. Nothing. So we're in coin mode, 2 bars down on sensitivity to keep it quiet. We're ground balanced still at 93.94. And let's try a dime. So it's hitting it in coin mode. It struggles with it, but it hits it. Not as bad as it does with the low conductors. So let's turn the iron audio off. You hear how loud and clear that signal is with the iron audio off? Where'd it go? There it is. So with the iron audio off, it is nice and clear, and when you put on the iron audio, it almost drowns it out, that little chirp. And you lose it sometimes. Listen how clear that is with no iron audio. Iron audio on. All right. What was that VDI? So it seems like it's in the 40, 55, 61. Now let's see what it's supposed to be. 80. So it's dropping the VDI 20 when it's close to iron. All right, so let's put the iron back close to the nail. Let's try the Vanquish on the same thing. So the Vanquish is given 21, 22. All right, and that it doesn't matter. Let's go to the next. That's custom. Let's go to coin. Let's put the light on. All right, this is coin mode. Relic, slow mode. Jewelry, custom. Okay, so that's 21 it's given it. And without the nails, 25. Okay, so we are dropping a little bit with the iron, but not 20 points. The Apex is dropping this down 20 points, 25 there. Okay, and we were getting 21 with it. All right, so I spent a good amount of time today playing with the Apex and, you know, comparing it to some of the multi-IQ that is in the Vanquish series. So if you're used to multi-IQ with the Nox or the Vanquish 340, 440, and 540, you know that they run the same spectrum, and one thing that they're very good at is pulling targets from the iron. So I had the iron volume on high on both, well, on high on the Vanquish, and I had it on volume 2 on the Apex. So when I was going over targets, one thing that I noticed is that the iron would definitely drown out a target on the Apex, even if you have it on low. Iron volume 2 on the Apex, and it's still, so the targets that I had in between iron, it was hitting, but it was the VDI was dropping so low that it was putting into a different segment. And then in the cases where it was in between the nails, the iron volume really, it drowned out the good signal, where with a Vanquish or an Equinox, you don't even hear the iron a lot of times when it locks onto a good signal. I don't know how they do it. Maybe Minelab can tell us. But however they do it, it pulls that good target through and you don't even hear the nails next to it in a lot of tests and situations. I'm sure if you have one and you're used to it and you're comfortable, you know what I'm talking about. Where the Apex, when it hears iron, it tells you. it's iron. The Vanquish does the same thing in the Equinox, but it pulls the good target through, where I'm noticing the Apex kind of drowns it out. Another thing that the Apex does a lot of is it drops the VDI. You know, you saw today like 20 points on a dime, which puts it into a completely different bracket when you're trying to hunt. So if you're trying to hunt coins at an old home site, no, go to custom mode. Don't go to 0 because that's going to ring high on everything, but go to custom and select buckets, you know, maybe 20 segments, 20 and up, and try that, and then, you know, play with it a little more. But what I noticed was that 20, 25 and up, the signal would pop through and it would sound decent if I didn't have the iron audio on. If I had the iron audio on, I can see that it would definitely be a struggle. I did some depth tests as well. It did pretty good. I'll get a video up on that. It did pretty good with depth tests in my garden. But when it comes to separation and recovery speed, it struggles at resetting. You know, the Minelabs are very good at stop, start, stop, start, and it seems like the Apex kind of is more of a slope, and if that target falls in that slope, it brings the ID way down, which you know, if you're hunting and you're trying to search just for coins, God knows what you can be digging. So to me, the Apex is like a really a dig it all, where you set that thing in custom mode, any 20 and up, unless you're cherry picking. If you're cherry picking, then you can put it in coin mode and only dig, you know, really nice sounding targets. But if it's near iron, you're gonna mask and it's gonna drown out the target. That ring was, you know, a good 3 fingers on each side, in between two. They're not big pieces of iron. They're just iron nails. That's it. It's like the length of not even my finger. But they're old and they're rusted, and this is what's in the ground, and it couldn't hit the ring in between that, where the you know, the multi IQ of the Minelab just pulled it through. It found it stopped at the iron, started again at the ring, and then stopped and found the iron again. And that's what the Apex I'm seeing struggles with. Instead of a start stop, it's more of a curve. If you know, these tests are very easy. If you do it and you show something different, please put in the comments, let me know. Everyone, thanks for watching. Big shout out to Andy O'Neill at WeDigMetalDetectors.net. He sent me the Apex to do a review of. I'll put his link in the description. He's a dealer of all machines, all accessories, all parts, everything you need. If you need something, reach out to him and find out, because he's got the best prices and lowest prices that I've seen. So check him out, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks.